Lords and ladies, we'd like to do for you next a translation. The Naz is in the second half, sir. A translation of America's great poet laureate, Edgar Allan Poe's Raven, in this translation called The Bugbird. Now, you see, Poe was a cat that loved to swing. He dug the chicks, he dug the juice. He'd smoke a little unofficial tobacco now and then and take a few anti-suicide pills and carry on. He dug the whole scene, understand? So he writing cat had to get it all down, you know. And like I say, he didn't want the bird, he didn't dig the bird, he didn't send for the bird. He didn't even know which aviary the bird came from. If they'd have put the bird on him post-paid, he wouldn't have dug it. But just like I say, so many times when you don't need the bird, when you don't want the bird, when you haven't got the first possible use for the bird, that's when you get it. And that's what happened to Poe, Eddie. And it goes like this. It says, I want you to visualize this stud. He's sitting in this pad, you know. And the lights have been shut off, and the gas has been shut off, and his gold has been shut off, and his system's been shut off. He's a hung stud. He's behind, understand? And he says, it was a real drug midnight. Dreary. I was goofing, beat and weary, over many a freakish volume of forgotten score. When suddenly there came a tapping, as if some cat were gently riffing, knocking rhythm at my pad's door. Oh, 'tis the landlady, I muttered. On her broom she flies the rounding, sounding for her rent. Which? Only this and nothing more. Ah, so solid. I remember. It was in that bright December, and its swinging, jumping ember blew its phantom upon the floor. Nobody I wooed the morrow still hung. I sought to borrow from my book kicks to knock the sorrow for my gone Lenore, for that sweet square but swinging maiden whom the fly chicks, that's the angels, tagged Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silky weirdy turning of its purple curtain moved me, hung me with freakish flipples never done before, so that now to cool the beating of my ticker I stood repeating to some strange midnight stud that's sounding a money beat at my pad's door. A deuce to cool the morrow, or some juice to drown his sorrow, some lightweight riff this and nothing more. Jack! I said, oh, Jilly, if I've crossed you, don't jump sore. But the solid truth is this cat was napping, and so cool did you come tapping, and so like hip you came rapping rhythm at my pad's door. Then I was scarce sure I dug you. Here I opened wide the slammer. Jack! I dug the breeze. And nothing more. Stoned into the darkness, pitting long I stood there. I was hung there, flip and fitting king, spinning dreams no mortal cat had ever rode before. But the gasser was unbroken, digging so hard my wig was glowing, but Nathan shaking, Nathan showing. Just one radar blip was going, the whispered word, Lenore. This I sounded, and it sounded back, Lenore, this one sad lick, and nothing more. I backed into my pad, still turning, all this jazz within me burning. Then again I got the tapping. He strung the beat, it must be far. I'm solid hip, said I don't dig what that is jumping at my window lattice. Let me get hip what the rat is, and this deep flip I will explore. Let my pounder stay cool 1 moment, and this flip I will explore. Jack, I drew a blank. And nothing more. Gone full out. I flung the shutter, when with many a flip and flutter in there stomped a king-sized bugbird Jack from way back days of yore. Not a minute tipped or brought down was he, but response of king and queen he swung above my sweet pad's door. Lit upon the bust of Paris, sat goofing there, and nothing more. I'm solid hip, said I, that you're no craven, gas a grim and beat up raven. Goofing from the night's Plutonian shore, swing hip me to what thy tag is on the night's Plutonian shore. Flip the bugbird, nevermore. Solid wig me this bird to dig me, though he copped out not upon the score, for we cannot help agreeing that no single human being ever was so sent by seeing a wig like this. Above his pad's door was such a tag as nevermore. Now, you see, Paul is trying to get to this bugbird. This bugbird is bugging this polecat to death. He's trying to reach into this bugbird. He wants to get into the bugbird, see if he can't cool the bird, pull the heat away. You understand what I mean? He even tries sympathy. He looks at this bugbird and he says, no doubt this single-seater has flipped his meter. He comes on automatic to the call. Still flipped by some unhappy gasser, whom unmerciful disaster swung fast and hot-hipped faster till his lick one virgin bar. So help me God, I think he digs it, this beat-up lick of nevermore. Now you see Paul come home in the morning, he's got a hangover, he's bent, he's beat, he's twisted, he's shook, he's flipped, he's flapped, he's in, he's out, he's up and he's down, but he ain't nowhere. He's swung clean out of this world. He's got a concrete head, but he don't want to bring the bird down for fear the bird will reflect it on him, so he can make things worse than it is. He don't want to let that bird know he feels anything but good. So he come in, the bird, you see the bird up there goofing, you know. He say, what you say, bird? Bird say, nevermore. Said, the milkman give here yet? Said, nevermore. Said, who won in the 5th race? Nevermore. I think he laid one too many nevermores on Eddie. I don't know how much they weigh, but it was just enough to rip that glass at the end of the fuse and blow the whole mother gate. Because Poe now wants to divorce the bird. He'd like to excommunicate the bird if he could, but the divorce will do it. So he looks at the bird and he says, by this lick, you have flipped my meter, you nauseous gasser. You endless repeater. Cut before I blow my red-hot stack, blow back to your Plutonian shore. Leave no feather on my heather. Take your black jazz, blow together. Leave this pad, my torch unbroken. Screw from the roost above my door. Flip the bugbird, nevermore.